Welcome back to Inside Politics. Our guest today is Tennessee Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally. Governor McNally, the legislature appointed a new board. They are appointing a lot of these people themselves in the future. This new board appointed by elected officials can review and even override local school board decisions about what books should remain or be removed from school libraries and classrooms. Does that mean the state is now officially in the business of banning books? Isn't that what totalitarian states and dictators do?
Well, no, not exactly. I think the local boards of education do have the first responsibility, and then the appeal would be to the state board of education. And I think we'll people on that board, and I think a book that might not be appropriate for children, for a child in grade school, might be appropriate for somebody in high school. So there's a little bit of a, not a total ban on things, but partially a way to put age appropriate material in front of individuals.
Now, when the 112th General Assembly began its session earlier this year, nobody was talking about a retractable roofed domed stadium type for Nashville for the Tennessee Titans. But the final budget, lawmakers approved $500 million in state bonds to do that. Are you surprised at how quickly this happened, and what convinced you to support it?
Well, originally it did not pass the Senate, and in a conference committee report, in batting the appropriations bill back and forth between the House and Senate, it was supported, but it was because it was a part of an overall appropriations bill, and also because Tennessee has the lowest bond debt of any state in the nation. And even with this bond debt, I think the payments are $55 million a year. The state is still will be the lowest in general obligation bonds that are issued.
But is this an appropriate use of public money? You had some people in the Senate saying it wasn't. Why did you decide to relent on that and go along with the House?
Well, as I said, it was part of a bigger package. And the other thing that convinced me, I think it was part of a development that will help Nashville, particularly in that area of town. And as we see with a lot of these sports facilities, there's retail areas around it, there's housing. Look at what happened with the baseball stadium in Nashville, and also with the baseball stadium in Knoxville. Look what's happening around that. So it will actually help the state as far as revenue to pay for those bonds. And I think it'll be a good thing overall.
You are up for reelection in your district this year. Assuming you are reelected, are you going to seek another term as Lieutenant Governor and Speaker of the Senate when the 113th General Assembly convenes next January?
Yes, sir, I am. And of course, that will be up to the first to the Republican caucus, and then second to the entire state Senate to vote. And as you know, in the past, it's not always the caucus that wins out, but I think the past few years it has been.
We won't keep you away from your dog too much longer, but what's your first priority when you come back for this next session? Assuming you come back the next term, what's the one thing you want to make sure you get done in the legislature in 2023?
Well, the first thing is the only constitutional duty we have to comply with, and that's to pass a balanced budget. And over the years, this is something that I've worked very hard on. This is a way that we maintain our AAA credit rating. It's a way that we take care of the taxpayers' money. And over the last 10 or 11 years, we've given over $3 million back to taxpayers in Tennessee. And we hope to be able to continue that practice in the upcoming budget, despite what happens with our national economy.
Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally, thank you so much for being with us. Appreciate you taking time to be with us. So many things to talk about and so little time something to do that. We appreciate you taking your time to be with us, and thank you for your service.
Well, thank you. And Shadow enjoyed it too. He didn't get too till the very end.
No,
but
he was
thank
fine.
you.
Thank you. Good to see you. We'll see you back here in Nashville soon.
All right. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that's Inside Politics this week. Hope you can join us again for a future show. If you can't get enough politics in the meantime, you can go to these 25 websites. You'll find my Capital View commentary there. New commentary posted every Friday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you here next time. Goodbye.
Shadow, what do you want? You did pretty good.